Hello and welcome to Love Anything Art. Today I'll be showing you how I created this slab out of polymer clay. Grab your supplies and let's do it. Use 3 different shades of blue and mix it with translucent clay. The translucent clay should be about half the size of each shade of blue. And to the side I have 1 small ball of translucent clay. Mix each shade of blue with its translucent clay. Once you have mixed up each color, roll each of them out into a long, thin shape. And then twist them all together. And roll it out. And then fold it in half and twist it together. And then again, roll it out. You can do this as many times as you would like. Just keep going until you have a nice swirl pattern. And then fold it up into an S shape. And then use your roller to roll it out. And then fold it over on itself. And continue rolling. You can really do this as many times as you would like. It depends on how swirled you want it to look. I'm placing mine on a ceramic tile. You can place yours on a piece of paper or whatever surface you would like. You just want to avoid touching it too much. To make the sand, I'm using this copper color and this pearl. Thoroughly mix them. Again, use your roller and flatten it. I've rolled mine out to about this thickness. You can really do yours however you want to. I'm using this brush to give my sand texture. You could also use a toothbrush or a needle, although the needle might take a long time. Use your brush tool and make ridges at the top of your sand. You want to kind of make it look like piles of sand, kind of like what I would assume that it would look like under the ocean, from all the waves making the sand move. And then place your mounds of sand on top of the smooth sand. If you like this video, or hey, any of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. But seriously, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. It took me way too long to make it. And then again, use your brush tool to smooth out the seams. Place your sand on top of the ocean backing. And then trim up your edges. Roll out 2 different colors of green clay. Trim them down into square shapes, and then begin shaving off tiny slivers. And then gently twist each of those slivers into a spiral shape. And then place these on the clay. This will be the seaweed or the greenery at the bottom of the ocean. I gently intertwined mine to give it a little bit of character. You can make as many or few as you would like of these greenery. Take a small piece of your extra clay from your sand and put it over the base of the greenery. Use your clay tool and give it a sand texture. If anybody has any idea what this tool is called, please leave it in the description below. I would appreciate it. Roll out a thin piece of orange clay, and then cut off one large ball and one smaller ball. Flatten the larger ball into a teardrop. Flatten the smaller ball and cut out a V shape. It'll kind of look like a Pac-Man. And then pinch the other end together. Attach the two pointed ends together. Use your needle tool and smooth out the seam. Place the fish on the clay. Poke a hole for the eye, and then make an indentation for the mouth. Place on as many fish as you would like. It is the ocean after all. Roll out some clay into a cylinder shape. Roll out 2 different colors of clay. Wrap your first piece of clay around the cylinder, and then wrap around the second one. And then roll it out until it is long and thin. Chop off those messy ends. Cut off thin slices. I'm using this crochet needle to press in on the center and then press it into the clay. Place on as many as you would like, anywhere on the sand. These are kind of like weird ocean flowers. Roll out some pink clay until it is thin. Make each end pointed, and then chop off the point. And then do this 3 more times. You should have a total of 5 points. And then chop off 1 large chunk and roll it into a ball. Attach each point onto the ball. You'll arrange them so that they look like a star. Place this on your sand, and then use your funky special tool to give it texture. Roll out small white balls. Place 1 in the center, and then 2 on each of the limbs. For an added detail, I'm using my needle tool to poke a hole in the center of each dot. Roll out several pieces of pink clay into tube shapes. Arrange these into a pile on your clay. Poke a hole in the top of each one. Use your funky brush to give it texture. Together we'll figure out what this brush is called. Although, I'll probably miss calling it my funky brush. Kind of fun! Roll out a whole bunch of balls of red clay. And then randomly place these on your pink tubes. And try not to think to yourself, tubular man. And then with my shaky hands, I'm going to poke a hole in the top of each ball. Now roll out a whole bunch of yellow balls and place these on your funky fresh flowers. With slightly less shaky hands, poke a hole at the top of each of those yellow balls. Shake, 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 shake. Shake your clay now. Roll out some yellow clay into tiny pill-like shapes, and then place these on your seaweed. Use your needle tool and then press down and pull out, and you'll do this very gently, just enough to go through the yellow clay and not the ocean. And then use your needle tool to add some texture to the seaweed. And then roll some red clay out into tube shapes. And then again, put this on the clay. This time it'll kind of look like a cactus instead of a bush. Use your special brush tool to give it texture. You know how everything has a special name? That tool has a special name. Like metal brush with many points, or something like that. Poke a hole in the top of each tube. And then place on little yellow balls. Who knew the ocean would have so many dots? To make a tiny crab, roll out a ball of red clay, and then pinch each end down and flatten it. Place that on your sand. Roll out some red clay into tiny slivers, and then place this on the crab body. This will be all his little crabby legs. To make his lobster claw, roll out a piece of red clay, slightly bigger than the other ones, and then wrap it around the end of your needle tool, and pinch the back end together, and then place this on your crab. He sure is cute. And make an indentation for each of his eyes. Take 2 small balls of black clay and place them in the holes. Now to make some random fish. The fish body is just a teardrop. And then his upper and lower fins are just a rolled out piece of clay. And then the back fin is just a rolled out piece of clay, cut into a V shape. And then use your needle tool to add texture. Add it on the fin for the front. Poke a hole for the eye. And a groove for the mouth. And then randomly place on a school of fish. Take your gray clay and make it into a tear shape. Add in your eyes and whatever texture you would like. And to make some colorful seashells, roll out 2 pieces of clay. Of course, drop it onto the clay. Pick it up, twist them together. And then place them wherever you would like. And my favorite part, bubbles. Put bubbles everywhere. Above the plants, in the plants, above the fish, everywhere. And these are the earrings that I made. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!